interview having a look at a system that was placed within the mind in relation to how it made human beings trust energy, trust experiences, instead of trusting self, trusting the physical, trusting the very reality that we see and interact with in our world and our environment. And thus we will make choices, based decisions on what we see and interpret through our experiences of energies as emotions and feelings, instead of really seeing the practical physical reality of a situation or a human being. And this can obviously clearly be seen within, for example, what we very often hear within and toward Destiny, where people say that I'm getting negative vibes or negative experiences from this group or these people, without in any way investigating or putting the time in researching the entire total context of what Destiny is about. They will trust this energy experience as reaction of emotion or feeling, and completely compromise and sabotage their entire process of self. So let's have a look practically at how this was inserted, manifested, and programmed within the mind consciousness system and human physical body to have human beings essentially be separated from themselves and into the mind of energy and experience, which is that entire division between ourselves and the physical. So this entire system had become one of the primary points that had separated beings from themselves into the mind, and also from themselves from the human physical body, so that your entire self becomes experienced in the mind instead of living in the physical. Now, this system manifestation was manifested also primarily within the upper body area of your human physical body. Now, what you'll notice within most of the system interviews that we do in terms of explaining and outlining and walking the specificity of how the mind consciousness system had been created, programmed, and manifested, most of your primary systems will be in your chest area, in your upper body area. This is because within existence, this is before the creation and manifestation of human civilization and this physical existence, beings had their primary purpose, their primary signature, their who they are was manifested within their chest areas. So, for example, if we have a look at the Atlanteans, the Atlantean race, their ability, their primary purpose of who they were within existence, they expressed within the center of their beingness. The center of your beingness was within the chest area. That was like the one center point from which an entire being would express. And if you'd have a look at beings within existence back then, their signatures, their individuality was also seen within the center of their beingness, which was within the chest area. So, for example, the Atlanteans would, when they would see within existence, they'd see from within their center chest area, from the center of their beingness, which was essentially allocated within the chest area of your human physical body, if you now look at the human physical body design. And that was with all the races within existence back then. Their primary purpose, their primary individuality that defined them, they expressed through and from the center of their chest area, the center of their beingness. So within the mind consciousness system design, all primary systems was layered and manifested within the chest area of the human physical body, And there were extensive amount of systems, and there still are, that's layered within your chest area to ensure that beings through the mind consciousness system in the human physical body do not ever connect to the center of their beingness, the center of themselves, the point that centralizes you within your entire beingness. And so massive amounts of systems were layered in the chest area of the human physical body. So that chest area point, one can thus say, in terms of your human physical body, is the center point of self. If one have a look at the mind consciousness system, where is the center point of the mind consciousness system is in the head region. And where are human beings' primary preoccupation being channeled into within the mind consciousness system is in your head region, in your conscious mind thoughts. Again, another system to ensure that beings do not connect to the center point of themselves as their beingness within the chest area. Now that was the dynamics in terms of making sure that beings do not access themselves and thus not access their human physical bodies. Obviously, in terms of the process that we're walking now within this existence, it is to assist and support oneself with self-equality and oneness within one's entire human physical body, because at the moment our very beingness is infused as the mind, as the physical, in the human physical body. So our entire process is about walking ourselves out of the mind back into only the human physical body, in creating our direct relationship with ourselves, with our human physical bodies, and no more through the mind. And this system that we're going to be walking here within this interview is one step, another one step toward that process. Alright, so this is one of the primary systems that were manifested in the chest area of the human physical body. And what it did was it had within its very platform design extensive amount of energy like thread networks that were these conglomeration of threads and lines that are interwoven and interconnected, and one thread extending out of another thread, and it was like this massive amount of threads. And all of that was then connected into the solar plexus. From the solar plexus, that entire platform system connected together all of your energies of your entire mind consciousness system. So any single physical emotion, feeling, reaction that you have experienced through your physical sensation or your mind consciousness system throughout your entire lifetime was manifested within this platform in the center of your chest area. All of it came together and was threaded into this platform system, and it was connected to your solar plexus. And throughout your life experience in this world, that primary system in your chest area would resonate and resonate and resonate, and that would keep you within a energy embodiment within your entire mind consciousness system. It made absolute sure that you experience yourself as only energy, that you in no way have any direct relationship with the human physical body. So your entire beingness was merged with this platform system within your chest area, and you would literally become an embodiment of energy of your entire mind consciousness system. And therefore, throughout your life experience, what it is that you will thus trust is energy, the experiences that you're having of emotions and feelings, because you believe that that is what you are. Because from a certain perspective you are that, because your beingness is merged within that entire body of all the energies of your mind consciousness system, but is not who you really are. And therefore, within our life experience, we will always tend to trust energy, what we're experiencing as emotions and feelings. And that's even why, in terms of, for example, when you're having energy experiences toward yourself, in terms of guilt or judgment or jealousy, competition, comparison, blame, and things like that, you believe that what you are energetically experiencing is real, is who you are, and therefore you simply accept it and do not consider or realize that that is not really who you are, that it is all simply programs, energies, thoughts, memories, constructs of a mind consciousness system that you are experiencing as though it is who you really are, but it is not in fact. However, at the moment within our life experience, in the extent to which we've become the mind, yes, we have become energy, we have become thoughts, we have become our internal conversations, we've become our reactions. However, in terms of what we're walking in our process, we can assist and support ourselves to release ourselves from that relationship with our minds, our thoughts, our energies, our internal conversations, our backchats, our personalities, that it has simply become a relationship that we have developed toward our minds, towards energy. Because we've created a relationship toward it of acceptance, we have become it. We have become the energy, we've become the mind. Now we've got to release ourselves from that relationships, from those acceptances, and return ourselves into our physical relationship with our human physical bodies to live and express here in actual physical reality. So, in your process, for those that are walking with Destiny and have been walking with Destiny for quite some time, you're already essentially walking your process of stopping that energy relationship, energy acceptance toward the mind, in releasing yourself from that relationship, that connection, to in that release be able to return into your human physical body. And many have already realized that you don't need energy to live in this physical reality, simply breath and yourself. And this is a primary point that beings will start realizing as you walk your process out of the mind and into the physical, that you don't need thoughts to function or energy to function. You only require yourself. You've got your writing, your stability within writing, and your movement and actual actions that you're living in reality to be able to function and exist. Not energetic thoughts perpetuating conflictual reactions and throwing you into the mayhem and madness of the mind that you blindly stumble through existence into all sorts of, and also absolutely no direction. If you walk yourself out of your mind into your physical, stopping participation in thoughts, releasing yourself from your energy relationships, a lot more will become physically, tangibly clear in the decision of the direction of who you are within yourself and your life in this world, in this reality. So, additional points that you can consider in terms of these energy relationships is to, especially when you're making decisions, when you're approaching people in your world and reality, when you're in situations or environments and you've got to make a choice or a decision. And this is primarily important for choices and decisions that you make, to support yourself to not make them or base them on energy experiences, to not trust your energies of emotions and feelings, but to assist and support yourself to rather write out the decision that you have to make. Make sure that in your writing you have sorted out all your reactions of emotions and feelings. Forgive them, let them go, and then rewrite again the situation, the decision that you're facing. Make sure that in your writing you're actually looking at the practical situation. You're looking at the person. You're looking at yourself. And that you can write out and come to a solution, an action, or a decision that is practically, physically based on a solution that will be best for all involved. That one do not jump into and throw oneself into decisions, choices, or directions based on energy experiences within your mind consciousness system that will only lead you into directions of consequence, because you in no way know how you have pre-programmed your conscious, subconscious, and unconscious mind. And where if you base your decisions or choices or directions on energy, where that is going to lead you in the future. Whereas if you write it out for yourself, you make sure that you make an informed decision, that you have considered the situation, the people, the playouts, what could happen, what might happen, and you really prepare yourself, then you are the directive principle in the choice, in the decision, in the direction that you are taking, and therefore taking actual responsibility for yourself and your world and reality. Alright, so you're just an interview to assist and support with giving a more tangible, expansive perspective in relation to how we've been channeled into trusting energies instead of actual physical reality, and how to assist and support yourself additionally in your process of walking out of the mind and into the physical. Thank you.